Hello, this is Ryan from Amnesty, and I'm going to show you Dido, or Carthage. I won't actually show gameplay. What I'll show is what I believe you should choose to do, as in terms of, should you go with the domination victory, should you go with the cultural victory, scientific, things of that nature. So anyway, Carthage has Phoenician heritage. All coastal cities get a free harbor. Units may cross mountains after the first Greek general is earned, taking 50 hit point damage if they end a turn on a mountain. So essentially, you will always want to put cities on coastal areas. If you're playing a map that's not coastal, you're in trouble because you have no real benefit, as in terms of personality trait, because clearly you're not really going to have much coastal cities if you're on a completely flat land with rivers, because it doesn't work on rivers. Anyhow, but if you're playing on like an archipelago map, then this is huge. You will dominate. You will definitely take control of the seas, because the one special unit they have is the Concurmi, I believe that's how you pronounce it, and the other special unit is African Forest Elephant. Anyhow, when you do have a great general, it's very situational again, because in an archipelago you're generally not going to have mountains. But if you're playing a continent map that has lots of mountains, then I guess you're in luck, because you can cross the mountains as a strategic way to attack somebody. Very situational. It really doesn't help you. It's just something that's interesting, but it kind of sucks as a personality trait. Anyhow, I'll show you the two special units that they have, and I'll go more in depth with them. So the African Forest Elephant. Its combat's going to be 14, and I'll have 3 movement. It'll cost you 100 production or 200 faith to produce. And it doesn't have defense terrain bonuses. It won't be able to do much on, it doesn't get any benefits on a hill, in forests. And then it can move after attacking, which is nice because you can attack somebody, run away. And then it does have a penalty attacking cities. So you don't really want to use these attacking a city per se. More or less you use this to go after units that are sprawled out or lined up. You just kind of butt them through the head there. And then it's a feared elephant. What does that mean, feared elephant? When you're around units, they'll be somewhat demoralized. They're afraid of the elephant, so you'll get a combat bonus against the unit. And then it also produces more great generals, which is nice because the more great generals you have, the better. Anyhow, and then the Concurmi, I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's a 45 production to make it. Its combat's 13, its movement is 4. This is definitely the biggest unit that you'll have. The African Forest Elephant's not bad. It is a good unit, but I would say that Carthage is more or less a coastal. You thrive on coastal areas, clearly, because you get a free harbor, and it's awesome. And anyhow, it can't enter deep ocean. It's not like a caravel or anything of that means, but it does dominate all of the other boats. Plus, you're going to have all your cities lined up on the coast, so you will be able to build tons and tons of them. And then, before I talk about the social policies as well, I'll talk about real quick how, as far as what I would recommend is in terms of what victory you should go for. I would definitely recommend domination with Dido. There really isn't too much for science to an extent. There is diplomatic to an extent as well, but culturally there is nothing. I mean, you don't get any benefit. It would be very difficult for you to win that. Domination is going to be your number one. It won't exactly be quite as easy as some other civilizations that you could play as. The reason why I believe scientific has a chance is due to the fact that you're going to be on coastal cities, which means you're going to have decent populations. The more population you have, the more science you gain. So there is that chance of that being a possibility. And then diplomatic really kind of goes with anybody. There's only a few civilizations that really get a big bonus to it, but other than that, almost anybody can win a diplomatic victory. But anyhow, enough of that. I'll show you the social policy that I would recommend if you were playing Dido. Alright, before I show you the social policy, as far as this map goes, again, it's a tiny dual map. I believe it's on Europe, I could be wrong. Anyway, so Dido generally will always start near the coast, if there is a coast in the map. With that being said, you'll want to dot up the coastal areas with all of your cities. You really want to do that. And chances are you'll start kind of in a desert area. This is a good example for once. Some of my other videos, I'll start and the starting bias isn't really correct. Whereas this one is, it's mainly plains, desert, to an extent, some forests. But anyway, as far as the social policy goes, first one that I would recommend is liberty, because you do want to expand, you do want to build cities. But once you fill out that liberty track, I highly recommend commerce, because commerce is usually focused upon naval civilizations, civilizations that are usually on the water, and that one's more important than liberty. You can kind of go with tradition, liberty, or honor. That one's kind of up to you, but I would definitely recommend liberty. But the most important one is definitely commerce. You will get tons and tons of gold, and you'll also get more science from every mint, market, bank. So you're getting gold, you're getting science, and that kind of contributes again to winning a scientific victory, because the commerce is going to grant you some more science. And then protectionism, definitely screwed that word up. And commerce will give you 2 happiness from each luxury resource. Now chances are you're going to have like crabs, pearls, whales, that sort of thing, because you're going to be on the coast, and then whatever else may be around. In this game already, I can see I have wine, so there'd be wine. Anyway, so it's huge. You'll get production, gold, science, more happiness, all around. It's well worth commerce for Dido. That's the only one that I can really say is definitely something I would highly recommend going for. Outside of that, it's kind of a free-for-all. It's kind of whatever you want to decide to pick, just like most civs are. And of course, you don't have to pick commerce either, but I believe it helps you very much. So that's going to wrap it up here. Please rate, subscribe, comment, and please check out my other videos. Thanks, guys.